We're on the record in cause number 327479. The case is styled the State of Texas versus Norma Vanderhoff Gutzel. Mr. Gutzel, would you please come forward with your attorney, Mr. Gregory Simmons? Good morning. Your full name is Norma Vanderhoff Gutzel. How you doing, Ms. Gutzel? That's good. Ms. Gutzel, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. Gregory Simmons. Mr. Simmons, how are you doing?
Fine, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Simmons, you have an announcement you'd like to make in Ms. Gutzel's case?
I do, sir. May I refer to my binder?
Yes.
I think it would be appropriate to give a little bit of background with regard to how we got here today. And this case was transferred from court number 3 to court number 2.
That's correct.
And then it was set for announcement docket.
Yes.
And prior to that, 13 motions were filed in court number 3.
Yeah.
That are now in front of this court. Also, I have filed your standard order with regard to blood tests. No alcohol tests were taken in this matter.
Were you talking about the, okay.
Yes, sir. All right. Sir, I made my appearance in this matter on November the 20th of last year.
Okay.
My client, after I appeared, then I contacted the first assistant district attorney and asked him to consider DWI pretrial diversion program for my client. She was approved for that. As a result of that, we had discussions with the social services people and the district attorney's office and reviewed all the documents that are apparently required to be signed. And under the circumstances, my client, who was a drug counselor for the state penitentiary system here in Jefferson County for 10 years, has made the decision that she does not feel like she is guilty of anything. And as a result of that, she has withdrawn her request to participate in that program.
In the pretrial program.
We have filed for jury trial.
Okay.
We expect to go forward to jury trial.
Okay.
And with that regard, I have reviewed all of the documents that's on the online discovery website, I guess, of the district attorney's office.
Yes.
So we've reviewed all of that, which indicates the documents that the district attorney may decide to use in their case. Now, with regard to the motions, 13 motions and 1 standard order for your consideration.
Yes.
There is, when you look at the written record that appears on the online discovery website of the district attorney, there was a officer that was called to a mailbox. And as it turned out, after my client's blood was taken, it was taken to the
yes.
He's starting to argue the
Facts.
now.
Okay. Okay. What we can do, if you have those set out in your motions, we can set it for what we call our pretrial conference, and we can have a motion. We could hear your pretrial motions at that pretrial hearing.
All right, Your Honor. And since there's 13, would you handle them all at the same time? Or
Well, normally what I'll do,
we'll
we'll set them unless, let's see, motion to reduce character evidence, that's admitted, okay. Motion to state to reduce search arrest warrant related copies of audio. I mean, we can, I guess the state will have a chance to look at it. We could set it for a motion here and then we could kind of narrow it down.
Yes.
They may agree to some, and the ones that's probably not agreed to, we can just have a hearing on those.
All right.
We can handle it like that. So what we'll do right now, we'll set your case for a pretrial conference, and our court coordinator, she's on Zoom,
How long of a reset?
How long a reset do you need?
Um,
Because our trial docket, I mean, once you start
Well,
setting the trial dockets, those cases, if I'm not mistaken, right now, we back up either in October or November.
Okay,
And
Well-
so,
okay, Your Honor, I think to me, it's a matter of being able to have an appropriate discussion with the district attorney's office.
okay,
And being able to identify what we can and cannot
okay,
agree to.
okay.
And
What I
then
could,
perhaps communicating that to the court, and then the court can go
what
forward.
normally, what I'll do, I can reset it for like, I know you coming from out of town.
Yes,
What about if I set it for 90 days,
all right.
which is 3 months, and we'll set it on a pretrial conference docket? Within the 90 days, I guess you could communicate
Yeah.
with the district attorney's office. And based on that, we'll decide, you and the prosecutor decide whether or not pretrial conference is needed or not. I don't know.
Okay.
But for right now, we'll just set it out 90 days for a pretrial conference hearing.
Okay, could we set it a little closer in than that? Would that be possible?
Yeah, 60 days.
60
I was
days,
just
Your
trying
Honor.
to,
I think
accommodate you.
myself and the district attorney's office need to have some motivation to get together and get things worked out.
Okay. Miss.
July 26th.
Okay, let's do this here. Now, when we have our pretrial hearings, we normally set those in the afternoon.
Okay.
Because we have things going on in the morning, and so we can set it in the after. Could you give us an afternoon? What day of the week is that? Do we know? Is that
Our pretrial dockets on Mondays.
okay, so we'll do it, well, yeah, we can do it Monday afternoon because at that time,
You want to do 13 motions at 1:30?
well, they're gonna talk about those, and then it may not be 13 when they get it, when we actually had a hearing. So that's why we setting it for 60 days, so the state and the defense will have an opportunity to visit on the motions, okay? So set it at 1:30 on, let's see. Now, I know right now we're under our 60 days, we'll probably still be still have our same trial docket. Yeah, let's set,
Set it on an alternate week so that we're not interfering with potential trials.
oh, yeah, what, do we have is that one of our trial weeks? Could you check your calendar? It is? Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have to put it on another week because that's our trial week. Maybe the next week, if that's possible.
That's fine with us, Your Honor.
August 9th.
August 9th?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, let's see. Okay, it'll be reset for August the 9th, 2021. Attorney Simmons, you can get your reset. from
You're
our-
saying at 1:30, right?
1:30. You could get your reset from our court coordinator who's in the back office.
Yeah.
Once you get your reset, you and your client will be free to go. Ms. Goodsell, once you're trying to get the reset, you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day, and you have a blessed day as well.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Okay, you can go have a seat in the. You're welcome. Fine, it's not here. Okay, you have Mr. Shander. We're on the record in 2 cases. First case is cause number 326-920. The second case is cause number 326-922. Both cases are styled the state of Texas versus Kevin Scott Miles. We have Mr. Miles, who is represented by attorney Mel Shander.
Judge, that's the one that we talked about yesterday. We moved it to tomorrow's jail run.
Oh, okay. And okay, so that's been reset till tomorrow. Okay, so your next,
I do have Jacob Benfield.
okay. Mr. Benfield, okay, we're on the record in cause number 328-432, cases style of state of Texas versus Jacob Leonard Benfield. We have Mr. Benfield appearing via Zoom. Mr. Benfield, how are you doing? You can take your mic off of mute.
I'm doing well.
Okay, that's good.
Thank you.
Mr. Benfield, you're represented by Attorney Mel Shalander. Attorney Shalander, how are you doing?
Okay, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Shalander, do you have an announcement you'd like to make in Mr. Benfield's case?
Yes, sir. That's going to need to be a trial.
Okay, just hold on, reset. Just hold on until we get your trial date.
Okay.
August
Let
9th,
me
9:30.
finish up and I'll come right back.
Ms. Smith, your mic is not muted, I don't think. Or is it Mr. Shalander? Somebody's mic is not muted. Or is that,
But I'm not making any noise.
okay, Mr., might be Mr. Ames. Okay, if
Yes,
you're,
Who am I to reset, Judge?
put your mic on mute.
Okay.
Judge, can you hear me?
Yes,
Who do I need to reset? I'm sorry, Mr. Simmons was still asking questions.
reset, Jacob Benfield on top, first one on page 5 for trial. Mr. Ames, would you please put your mic on mute?
I'm trying to find how to mute, hit my mute button.
I can do August 23rd.
Okay, Mr. Shalander, case is reset for trial August 23rd. Mr. Benfield, your case has been reset for trial on August 23rd, 2021. This will conclude your case. You're free to go and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Shalander, your reset will be sent to you. I think this will conclude your case as well, and you're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Sir, thank you very much.
Reynolds. Let's see. Mr. Bailiff, would you please get Gilbert Trahan? We're on a record in cause number 328114. The case is styled of State of Texas versus Gilbert Joseph Trahan. Mr. Trahan, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Mr. Trahan?
Pretty good.
That's good. Mr. Trahan, you're represented in this case by your attorney, Attorney Nathan Reynolds. Attorney Reynolds, how are you doing? Attorney Reynolds, you could take your mic off of mute. Attorney Reynolds? Okay, Mr. Trahan, just,
Yeah, I'm here, Judge.
okay, how are you doing, Attorney Reynolds?
I'm doing well, Judge.
Okay, Attorney Reynolds, do you have an announcement you'd like to make in Mr. Trahan's case?
Judge, they just notified me yesterday that the video was ready. I would like the opportunity to be able to take that and review that with him and also get with the prosecutor regarding a plea bargain. So if I could get another announcement for this case,
How much time do you need?
I would say 30 days would be sufficient, Judge.
Okay, just hold on for Ms. Smith to give you the date.
7/12.
Okay, it's gonna be reset to July 12th, 2021.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Trahan, your attorney will be sent notice of your reset date. Stay in contact with your attorney.
Yes, sir.
Well, just have a seat. We'll get you a reset since you're in court. You'll get a copy of the reset. So just have a seat in the gallery. And Mr. Reynolds, your reset will be sent to you.
Yes, sir.
I think this is your only case?
But Judge, you had reset Holly Pritchard to this date, but I believe her cases were dismissed. So I don't think she's on the docket.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't see, this is the only case I see your name is associated with.
Yes, sir. Okay.
This will conclude your case. You're excused and you have a blessed day.
All right. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Mr. Haynes, put your mic on mute.
I don't know how to put it on yet.
Mr. Bailey, could you please call Dana Overstreet? Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Hold on a minute. Okay, we're on the record in cause number 327698. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Dana Cheryl Overstreet. Ms. Overstreet, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Ms. Overstreet?
Fine this morning, and you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Ms. Overstreet, you're here represented by attorney Terrence Allison. Mr. Allison, how are you doing this morning?
Fine, thank you.
You have an announcement you'd like to make in Ms. Overstreet's case?
We're asking for a reset, Judge, so I can get some information, get to know Ms. Overstreet a little bit better.
Okay, Ms. Smith, could you give a reset on Ms. Overstreet on the announcement docket for 30 days?
7/12.
Okay, so to be reset to July 12th, 2021. You can get your reset from the court coordinator in the back. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day. And once your attorney give you your reset, you'll be free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
I'll bring it outside.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Judge.
You're welcome. I'm trying to get this thing to move. Gotcha. Bill, would you please call Alexander Borrell? Yes. There. We're on the record in cause number 326-982. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Alexander Reed Borrell. We have Mr. Borrell present in court. Mr. Borrell, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Mr. Borrell?
Pretty good, yourself?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Borrell, you're here represented by your attorney, Attorney Ralph Kimmler. Attorney Kimmler, how are you doing?
Fine, John, thank you.
Attorney Kimmler, do you have an announcement that you would like to make in Mr. Borrell's case?
My trial, Your Honor.
Trial? Just hold on a minute for the trial setting.
Give me just a second. November 8th.
Okay, the case is reset till November 8th for trial. Mr. Ralph Kimmler, you can get your reset from the court coordinator in the back. Once you get your reset, I think this is your only case.
I've got some of the trial done.
Okay. And Mr. Borrell, your attorney is going to get your reset. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
Yes, sir, you do the same.
All right. And Lloyd, he's in the hall.
My attorney's name and number and name. What is my attorney's name? What is my attorney's name?
Kurtz.
Okay. We're on the record in cause number 328600. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Thad Emery Lloyd. Mr. Lloyd, is that your full name? How are you doing, Mr. Lloyd? You doing fine? Okay, Mr. Lloyd, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. James Paget. Attorney Paget, how are you doing?
Doing well, Your Honor, thank you.
Attorney Paget, you have an announcement you'd like to make in Mr. Lloyd's case?
Your Honor, I'm not able to make an announcement at this time. We're still waiting on the video evidence, which has been requested, and I checked this morning for it. Still not in.
Okay, so you still haven't completed your discovery?
Yes, Your Honor, but we're getting very close. As soon as I receive the video, I'll get my client a copy of it, and we'll be ready to make an announcement.
Okay, just hope, you can get your reset from the coordinator in the back. This is Thad Lloyd.
Yes,
Your Honor.
sir. But he said no announcement, so just another 30-day reset on the
Yes.
announcement day?
Yes.
Okay, that's gonna be July
You cut out July what?
12th.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Paget, you can get your reset from the court coordinator. Once you get your reset, and give it to your client will be free to go. And Mr. Lloyd, you have a blessed day. Just go have a seat. Yes. What else we have? Mr. Bailey, would you please go make another bailiff call? I think I'm looking, hold on a minute. Let's see who we have here. I don't think we have attorneys. Is Cobb? Okay, Cobb is on Zoom. Okay, we're gonna do that one next. We're on the record in cause number 326316. The case is styled the State of Texas versus Quentin Gomes. We have Mr. Gomes appearing via Zoom. Where did Mr. Gomes go?
Quentin, can you take your thing off mute?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Gomes, how are you doing?
Good.
That's good. Mr. Gomes, you're represented here by your attorney, Mr. Bruce Cobb. Mr. Cobb, how are you doing?
Well, I'm doing fine, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Cobb, do you have an announcement you'd like to make in Mr. Gomes' case?
Well, if there may be something that's missing from discovery that I need to get with the prosecutor on. Other than that, I think I could probably set this thing up for a plea if we can get a plea offer from the prosecution.
Okay, do you need, would 30 days be enough time?
30 days should be sufficient, Your Honor.
Okay, just hold on a minute.
July 12th.
It's gonna be reset to July 12th. Resetting it for a plea. Mr. Ames, would you please put your mic on mute?
Your Honor, would there be a problem if I brought Mr. Gomes down on a Friday before that date, assuming we get everything?
You can set that up with the court coordinator.
Yes, Your Honor, I'll do that.
Okay. Okay, now, Mr. Gomes, your case is going to be reset in July 12th, 2021. This will conclude your case. Stay in contact with your attorney. You're free to go, and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Cobb, your reset will be sent to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And if this is is this your only case today?
I believe it is, Your Honor.
Yes. So you're free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. 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 We're on the record in cause number 319854. The case is styled the state of Texas versus An Hong Do.
Good morning, Judge. Joe
Good
Garcia here.
Mr. Do, how are you doing?
Good, yeah.
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. And you're represented here by Joe Garcia. Mr. Garcia, how are you doing?
Good morning, Judge. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Mr. Garcia, do you have an announcement that you'd like to make in Doe's case?
Yes, Your Honor. Can we get a 30-day reset on this? I've been discussing the counteroffer with the DA's office, and I think we can reach a resolution pretty quick.
Okay, just hold on.
Okay.
July 12th.
July 12th?
Mr. Garcia, hold on. The district attorney would like to state something.
If,
Yes.
Mr. Garcia could call my office this afternoon so that we could go over this offer.
Absolutely.
And there's also a forfeiture.
Mr. Garcia, did you hear that?
I heard the first part about calling him this afternoon. I didn't hear the second part.
That, you know, we need to go over the offer, and also there is a forfeiture involved in this case, and I want to make sure you and your client are aware of.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fine.
The case is reset to July 12th, 2021. Mr. Doe, your attorney will be sent notice of the reset date. This will conclude your case. You're free to go and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Garcia, I think this is your only case. You're free to go as well. You're excused and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge. Likewise.
Thank you. Is Mr. Gertz? Okay. All right. We're on the record in cause number 327296. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Douglas Paul Ames. We have Mr. Ames appearing via Zoom. Mr. Ames, you can take your mic off and mute. How are you doing, Mr. Ames?
I'm doing fine, Your Honor. How are you this morning?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Ames, you're represented here by your attorney, Mr. Ryan Gertz, and Mr. Gertz is also appearing via Zoom. Mr. Gertz, how are you doing?
Great, Judge. I'm not appearing by video because I'm driving. I apologize. I'm driving to Jasper this morning.
Okay. Now, Mr. Gertz, you have an announcement you'd like to make in Mr. Ames' case?
Yes, Judge. I think we're going to be able to get this resolved without a trial, but I would ask the court for one additional, maybe 30 days to work out a deal on this.
Okay.
July 12th.
Okay, it's going to be reset to July 12th of 2021. Mr. Gertz, your reset will be sent to you. First of all, have a safe trip, and this will conclude your case, and you have a blessed day.
Okay, Judge, I've got one more thing on your docket, and I think I've got one more. I had one other thing I wanted to discuss with you, but I can discuss it offline later too.
Okay. Hold on a minute. And Mr. Ames, this will conclude your case. Stay in contact with your attorney, and you have a blessed day. Your case is reset.
You do the same, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Hmm? Yeah. I gotta leave the meeting and that she just said it concludes the case. Get up with your attorney. They extended it another, I don't know how many days because I couldn't get it off mute. I couldn't hear hardly what he was saying. I had the volume completely up.
Wait, hold on a minute. Okay.
Mr. Burks is on Michael Hall,
Hall.
page 3, bottom.
We're on the record in cause number 328100. The case is style of state of Texas versus Michael Hall. Mr. Hall, is that your full name? Michael Dwayne Hall. How are you doing, Mr. Hall? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Hall, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. Ryan Gertz. Mr. Gertz, you have an announcement you'd like to make in Mr. Hall's case?
Yes, Judge. We need some additional time to review the video in this case. So I don't know one way or the other whether it's going to be a trial or a resolution, but we're going to need some additional time.
Okay. How much time do you need?
Well, that July 12th date would be fine, Judge, if we can do that.
Okay.
We can.
Okay. So the case is going to be reset on July 12th of 2021. Mr. Hall, we'll give you a reset here in court. Just have a seat in the gallery. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Gertz, your reset will be sent to you. And this is your last case, is that correct?
Yes, Judge. I had another issue regarding a case that was on the docket on Monday, but this is all the cases I had for today.
Okay, well, we'll, okay, so you're free to go. Your reset will be sent to you and you have a safe trip and a blessed day.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
All right. Italy. Dustin Galmore. Houston. Galmore? I don't see. Oh, okay. Mr. Edlin, we're waiting for your attorney to get back on Zoom.
Okay.
Mr. Monty, would you please get Gary Barber and Eric Perry?
Barber and Perry.
Gary Barber?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We're on the record in two cases. First case is cause number 328358. Second case is cause number 329558. Both cases are styled the state of Texas versus Gary Christopher Barber. Mr. Barber, how are you doing?
Fine, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Barber, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. Langston Adams, who is appearing via Zoom. Attorney Adams, how are you doing?
Hey, Judge, how you doing?
Mr. Adams, do you have an announcement you'd like to make in Mr. Barber's case?
Yes, Judge, if you wouldn't mind, can you please reset us to another? If you look at the docket, I got that case in April last month, and I still got to get a DVD in that case. I have printed the discovery off of the DA's webpage, but I need to get a DVD, and I got that case in April.
Okay, so 30 days will be fine?
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Okay, just hold on a minute for your reset date.
July 12th.
Okay, it's gonna be reset to July 12th. Mr. Barber, your case has been reset to July 12th. Just have a seat in the gallery. The court coordinator, the bailiff will give you your reset date. Once you get your reset date, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Go right back out.
In the gallery. Ms. Smith. Okay, I don't think she's ready yet.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Adams had another client as well. I was gonna call him up next. Are you ready?
Yes, that's Eric Perry.
Okay. We're on the record in two cases. First case is clause number 325-630. Second case is clause number 326-572. Both cases are styled the state of Texas versus Eric Brandon Perry. Mr. Perry, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Perry?
I'm fine. How are you, Judge?
I'm doing fine. Mr. Perry, thank you for asking. Mr. Perry, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. Langston Adams. Mr. Adams, you have an announcement you'd like to make in this case?
Yes, Your Honor. On Mr. Perry's case, that's also one I got in April. However, I printed all the discovery, and I did pick up the DVD. In this case, I have it in my hands. If he can come to my office Tuesday and watch this DVD, I'll be ready to go. I picked this one up, and I got discovery. So if he can just come Tuesday to watch the DVD.
Okay. All right. Okay, Mr. Perry. Ms. Smith, this case is gonna be set on the same day?
That'd be perfect.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this case will also be reset on July 12th of 2021. Have a seat. We're gonna give you a reset. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go. And I think just stay in contact with your attorney and follow the instructions that he just gave you.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you. So Tuesday.
Hold on a minute.
Tuesday, 4 o'clock.
Mr. Smith, did you hear, Mr. Perry, did you hear that? He said Tuesday at 4 o'clock.
Tuesday at 4?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Mr. Adams, I think this is
That's my last two cases.
your last two cases. You're excused and you have a blessed day.
All right, you too, Judge.
Okay, thank you. We're on the record in cause number 327966. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Michael Cornell Gallo III. Mr. Gallo, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Gallo?
All right.
That's good. Mr. Gallo, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. Peter Dahl. Attorney Dahl, how are you doing?
Pretty good, Judge. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Attorney Dahl, do you have an announcement you'd like to make in Mr. Gallo's case?
Yes, sir. We're just asking to put it on the trial docket right now.
Trial docket? Okay, just hold on for your trial date.
November 8th.
So, I didn't.
November 8th of 2021. You can get your reset from your court coordinator. Mr. Gallo, your attorney is going to get your reset. And once your attorney gets your reset, he'll give you a copy and you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day. Just have a seat in the gallery. You could go into the coordinator's office and get your reset.
Thanks, sir.
You're welcome. Let me see, we got Edlin still on there. Carrazzo's client is not here. Yeah, Dana Haffer. Why don't you call, see if, do we know if Dana Haffer ever showed up?
What was the last name, sir?
Hafer, on page 2. I didn't have it checked off. Dana Marie Hafer or Haffer. She's not here.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yeah, okay, hold on a minute.
Okay.
Okay, no response? Okay, let's see. We're on the record in cause number 3267790. Case is styled state of Texas versus Dana Marie Hafer. Miss Hafer name was just called by the court's bailiff. Her name was also called at about 9 a.m. She was scheduled to be in court at 9 a.m. for the court's announcement docket. She did not answer either time her name was called. And we have appearing for Ms. Hafer, Ms. Lori Perrazzo, who is appearing via Zoom. Ms. Perrazzo, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Your Honor. How about you?
I'm doing fine. Now, and thanks for asking. Ms. Perrazzo, you had a statement you'd like to make?
Yes, sir. I was appointed to Ms. Hafer's case several months ago. It was on one of the jail runs that we did. And I received an offer at that time, and it was, this case could have easily have been disposed of back then, but she had made bail or was released. It's my understanding that she was transient during the alleged incident. I was never able to get in contact with her. She's never contacted my office. I've never laid eyes on Ms. Hafer to this date. So I just wanted to bring that to the court's attention. There was an address that we were given, I guess her last 2 court dates ago, where we tried to contact her that way. We were unsuccessful. So I just wanted the court to be aware that we have been unable to make contact with Ms. Hafer.
Okay, we'll, when we call our bond forfeitures, we'll check to see if she was given notice.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. If she appears, I guess we can give you a call,
Yes, sir.
let you know. So at this point, this will conclude your case. You're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Your Honor. You too.
You're welcome. Yeah, no, I'm looking for it. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Damon Wallace? Could you check and see if Mr. Wallace has some bond conditions? Could you reach me that? Mr. Nix, is this your case?
Yes, it is, Your Honor. Judge, I'm in the document right now.
Okay, hold on a minute. Oh, this is a plea. I didn't know that. No. We're on the record in cause number 328356. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Damon Earl Wallace Jr. Mr. Wallace, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Wallace?
I'm doing fine, sir.
That's good. Mr. Wallace, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. Jason Nix. Mr. Nix, how are you doing?
I'm good, Judge. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Wallace, the information in this case alleges that on or about, let me see, on or about January 1st of 2021, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed to Class A misdemeanor offense of assault, family violence. Mr. Wallace, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to discharge, did I swear you in?
No, sir.
Okay, Mr. Wallace, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Wallace, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? You may put your hand down. Okay, now, Mr. Wallace, the information in this case alleges that on or about January 1st of 2021, while you're in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed to Class A misdemeanor offense of assault, family violence. Mr. Wallace, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to discharge, Mr. Wallace, how do you plead guilty? Not guilty, no contest. Now, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading guilty because you're guilty?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Wallace, I have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment. It's also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document? On page 2 of the same document, Mr. Wallace, there are a set of initials on the line where the box is checked guilty. Are these your initials? On the next page of the same document, Mr. Wallace, there's a signature above the line that says defendant. Is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document, which is a trial court certification, you didn't check off any of the boxes at the top.
I did go over those with him though, Your Honor, showing that you have no right to appeal and you waive all right to appeal.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Wallace, I have a document before me that is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. Do you recognize this document? Is that signature above the line that says defendant?
Yes, sir.
There are 2 boxes that's checked at the top of this document. The first box states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that? The second box states that you're waiving your right to appeal, which means that you're giving up your right to appeal. Do you understand that? We have the discovery certification.
Do, Your Honor.
Mr. Wallace, I have before me a document that is titled Discovery Certification. Mr. Wallace, do you recognize this document? And is that your signature on the line that says defendant? Now, Mr. Wallace, prior to signing and initialing these documents, did your attorney, Mr. Nix, go over these documents with you? And did you read and understand everything in these documents? And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Okay. Got it dated. State, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1. State, you like to offer State's Exhibit Number 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
No objection.
No objection. State's Exhibit Number 1 will be admitted. Thank you. Mr. Nix, you have advised and counseled Mr. Wallace. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Wallace, your attorney, Mr. Nix, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation? Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation? Okay, Mr. Nix, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea of guilty and waivers was freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, we do. The state has offered 180 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, that time will be probated over 18 months. There will be a $500 fine and 40 hours of community service.
And that's correct, Your Honor.
You said how many hours of community service?
40.
Okay, what about any contact? Is that Elena Wallace? Who is that?
That would be the complaining witness in this case, and she is out of the area, so that contact should not be an issue.
Okay, but I mean.
She's in a rehab facility. Currently on bond for charges.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not she's not there for 18 months, huh?
Well, they're actually still technically married and we're about to be filing a divorce now that this case is over.
Are they living together or
They're not
something?
living together, Your
I've got
Honor.
my 3 children.
Yeah, but I'm just, okay, let me tell you this here. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just put a no contact
Sure.
in here as part of the plea bargain. Now, if, with that being said, if you want to withdraw your plea, I give you an option to do that. You still want to go forward?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that's no contact. Is that Elena Wallace? Is that how it's spelled?
ALANA.
Wallace? Okay. So, Mr. Damon Wallace, the state is offering that you serve 180 days in jail. However, you would not have to serve any time in jail in this case because you'll be placed on probation for 18 months. During the 18-month probationary period, you'll be required to pay $500 fine plus court costs of $352, which comes to a total of fine and court costs of $852. You'll also be required to pay $60 a month probation fee, $15 a month urinalysis fee. Now, the total amount that you would have to pay per month is $125 per month. Mr. Wallace, would you be able to pay the $125 per month? Okay. You will also be required to perform 40 hours of community service. You have to pay a fine of $100 to the Family Violence Center in Jefferson County. And you cannot have any contact with Elena Wallace. And you will also have to adhere to the standard terms and conditions of this probation. Now, Mr. Wallace, do you understand the state's offer and the no contact provision that has been added by the court? Now, do you think that the state's offer and the provisions of this probation is fair and just? I couldn't hear you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And do you accept the offer and the adjustments that has been made by the court? The state will follow the plea bargaining agreement with the adjustments that has been made by the court. Now, Mr. Wallace, you can stand on the X where your attorney is standing. You're gonna follow the directions of our court clerk. Once you finish in here, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Nix, I think this will conclude your case as well.
Yes, sir.
You have a blessed day as well.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. I'll put that no contact. Mr. West Klein, did he have a show? Mr. West, did Farish, Sarah Farish?
She's outside, Your Honor. Yes, we did the paperwork already. We're taking the plea today.
Oh, you are? Okay.
I was looking for the discovery certification sheet.
It's right in front of Mr. Wallace, the first.
There it is. Thank you.
Judge, this is Dustin Galmore. I'm back. I just wanted you to know.
Okay.
I had computer problems earlier. I don't know why it booted me off. I had to switch to my phone.
Okay. We'll call you just in a minute.
Okay, thank you.
We're on the record in cause number 328754. The case is styled of State of Texas versus Jacob Aaron Elting. We have Mr. Elting appearing via Zoom. Mr. Elting, how are you doing?
Good. How about yourself, sir?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for being patient with us this morning. And thanks for, again, I guess, just like I said, thanks for just being patient with us this morning through the technical difficulties that Mr. Galmore had. Now, Mr. Galmore, how are you doing?
I'm great, Judge. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. Mr. Galmore, do you have an announcement that you would like to make in Mr. Elting's case?
Yes, Judge. We've just initiated the discovery process and we do not have all the discovery yet. So we're asking for another announcement date.
Okay, you need time for discovery? Okay, just hold on a minute.
July 12th.
Okay, it's gonna, Mr. Galmore, the case is gonna be reset to July 12th. You will be sent notice of the reset date. And Mr. Elting, again, thanks for being patient with us. Stay in contact with your attorney. This will conclude your case, and you have a blessed day.
You as well.
And Mr. Galmore, okay, we have one more on the trial docket. At this time, the court is going to call the trial docket. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call cause number 324794, John Kruger? We're on the record in cause number 324794. The case is styled of State of Texas versus John Michael Kruger. Is that your full name? Yes, sir. How you doing, Mr. Kruger? That's good. I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Kruger, your attorney is Mr. Dustin Galmore. He's appearing via Zoom. Mr. Galmore, Mr. Kruger's case is on the court's trial docket. You have an announcement you'd like to make in this case, Mr.
Yes. Yes, Your Honor. It's still a trial. We're ready.
Okay. And let's see, state, we have now, Mr. Galmore, we do have a case set for trial this afternoon at 1:30, and it was a holdover from our Monday docket.
Okay,
Judge, can I speak to you about that? 1 second.
Okay. Hold on a minute. Are you gonna come in here? You need me to come into the office?
You might just, can you come in the office?
Okay.